As he walked into the courtroom, it was as though Lil Durk, known legally as Bond L. Durk, anticipated what was coming. When the judge denied his request for bond, the rapper visibly trembled. His high-profile lawyer, 50 Cent, had fueled fans' hope for his release, advocating for a $3 million bond. However, the judge's response was a firm no, leading Durk back to protective custody. Prosecutors argue that Durk is connected to a series of murders, leaving fans wondering if the rapper will ever regain his freedom. The $3 million bail proposal, presented during a December 12, 2024 hearing in a federal courtroom in Los Angeles, marked a significant moment in Durk's ongoing legal battles. His legal team, led by attorneys Drew Findling and Jonathan Brayman, emphasized his accomplishments as an artist, businessman, and philanthropist, alongside his role as a devoted family man with a wife, 8 children, and deep ties to his community. They offered a bail package that included $1 million in cash, $2.3 million in property equity, electronic monitoring, 24/7 security, and the surrender of all electronic devices. Despite their efforts, Assistant U.S. Attorney Ian Yanell opposed the release, citing Durk as both a flight risk and a danger to the community. Yanell pointed to allegations that Durk had attempted to flee the country before his arrest and noted evidence suggesting his involvement in orchestrating crimes, including a murder-for-hire plot. Judge Patricia Donahue agreed, stating, "There is no condition or combination of conditions that will reasonably assure the safety of the community." Prosecutors allege that Durk ordered the 2022 shooting of rival rapper Quando Rondo, real name Tawan Terrell Bowman, as revenge for the death of Durk's childhood friend King Von. Although Rondo survived the attack near the Beverly Center Mall in Los Angeles, his cousin, Seva Robinson, known as La Pab, was killed. Prosecutors claim Durk financed the attacker's travel from Chicago to Los Angeles and subsequently commercialized the incident through his music. During the hearing, Drew Findling contested the use of Durk's lyrics as evidence, labeling it a miscarriage of justice. He asserted that the lyrics referenced in court were written and recorded months before the shooting, supported by a sworn statement from the song's producer. Additionally, Findling debunked allegations of Durk attempting to flee, explaining that his client's travel plans to Dubai were for work and religious purposes, not evasion. Despite the defense's arguments, the judge denied Durk's release, and he was remanded back into federal custody. His trial is scheduled to begin on January 7, 2025, though delays are likely. Durk's legal team remains optimistic, vowing to continue their fight in court. In a parallel development, newly unsealed court documents have implicated Durk in the January 2022 killing of Stephen Mack, an alleged gang leader from Chicago. The FBI affidavit claims the murder was revenge for the killing of Durk's brother, Dante Banks, in 2021. Prosecutors suggest Durk offered payment for the deaths of individuals tied to his brother's murder. Although not charged in this case, Durk's lyrics and connections to alleged perpetrators have been scrutinized, further complicating his legal challenges. Durk's criminal records spanned over a decade. In 2011, he was jailed on a weapons charge, followed by probation in 2013 for a similar offense. He faced additional charges in 2019, but was cleared in 2022 after a lengthy legal battle. However, his recent arrest in Florida on October 25, 2024, ties him to a murder-for-hire plot that led to the death of Lil Pab. Prosecutors claim the incident stems from Durk's rivalry with Quando Rondo, fueled by the 2020 killing of King Von outside an Atlanta nightclub. The feud between Durk and Rondo, initially marked by diss tracks and heated exchanges, has since escalated into violence, painting Durk as one of today's most controversial figures in rap. As his trial looms, the mounting allegations against him make it uncertain whether the rapper will ever regain his freedom.
Quando's a little boy.
Well, I mean, that's his
I
artist.
used to have him like this.
You mean Quando?
Saying 63rd, me and Vaughn.
Indeed, Quando Rondo and his crew
We on 64. We got most of this. Hey, we on 64.
Lil Durk's connection to Quando Rondo's actions stemmed from King Von's association with 63rd Street in Chicago's Parkway Gardens complex. However, Von later distanced himself from 63rd, calling it a dirty area, and instead claiming 64th as his hood. The tension between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo escalated following King Von's death. But what fans didn't realize was that it was more than just bad blood between the two drill rappers. With new details coming to light, it became evident that Lil Durk was determined to get even, or, as fans urged, slide for Von after his untimely death. The phrase "slide for Von" was frequently echoed by fans, further fueling Durk's feelings. We'll explore later how this fan pressure may have contributed to the actions that led to Lil Durk's arrest. While the hatred Durk felt toward Quando Rondo likely intensified after King Von's death, the animosity had deeper roots, dating back to events that occurred before that tragic night outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. NBA YoungBoy, founder of the Never Broke Again Records, signed the then-budding artist Quando Rondo in 2018. Around the same time, Lil Durk welcomed King Von into his OTF, Only the Family crew. King Von became acquainted with rappers on the NBA label, including YoungBoy and Quando Rondo, to the extent that their relationship could have been mistaken for friendship. Word on the street was that King Von admired NBA YoungBoy. He frequently jammed to YoungBoy's songs during road trips and danced to his music with friends. Von even called out YoungBoy once in a tweet, playfully teasing him for withholding music. The tweet read, "YoungBoy holding that to his chest. Drop that." However, this camaraderie was short-lived. As they say, all good things must come to an end. Their friendly ties soured when King Von dissed YoungBoy. Fans speculate that the rift began when Von went on Instagram Live, seemingly mocking YoungBoy's efforts and criticizing his lyrics. This incident marked the beginning of a rivalry that spiraled into violence.
What?
You talking crazy on this man.
Oh, yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his ass now.
On his
All that
ass.
cap. You got cap in your raps.
At first, the tension between NBA YoungBoy and King Von seemed like clout chasing, but their online beef soon escalated. The pair began targeting each other personally, even dragging their relationships into the feud. Rumors surfaced that Von had been involved with Jania, YoungBoy's baby mama, after a photo of them on a supposed date went viral. This incident further strained their relationship. So, how did this all tie into the Quando Rondo and Lil Durk beef? It boiled down to loyalty. YoungBoy's feud with Von extended to Durk, leading to diss tracks where YoungBoy mentioned the OTF duo. Quando Rondo followed suit, taking direct shots at Von. The hostility grew as both camps exchanged insults online through social media posts and diss tracks. Over time, the online feud turned into real-world violence. On November 6, 2020, both crews crossed paths at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. Surveillance footage captured a heated argument that escalated into a physical altercation. Shortly after, gunfire erupted, resulting in the death of 3 men, including the 26-year-old fan favorite King Von. Authorities revealed that 3 other individuals were injured and transported to the hospital in private vehicles. Although Von was rushed to the hospital, he succumbed to his injuries during surgery. Following Von's murder, Quando Rondo's associate, Timothy Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, was arrested and charged with firing the fatal shots. Surprisingly, Lil Tim was released on a $100,000 bond just a few months later, with reports suggesting Quando Rondo paid the bond. The decision to grant bond sparked outrage, as the severity of the crime typically disallowed such an option. Lil Tim was still scheduled to face trial for the murder charge, but the unexpected happened. In August 2023, Lil Tim's lawyer, Noah Pine, announced that the case against his client had been dismissed. The dismissal wasn't due to evidence proving Tim's innocence, but rather the lack of sufficient evidence to secure a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt. This development left the OTF camp mourning their loss, while Quando Rondo's crew openly celebrated the outcome. Quando Rondo showed no remorse for Von's death. Instead, he doubled down with diss tracks, interviews, and social media posts. In his song End of Story, he referenced the incident, rapping about Von's demise. During a virtual concert, he performed a song with lyrics taunting Von, saying, "He got caught without that pole, and now that expletive gone, I'll piss on his grave." Quando Rondo continued to stir controversy by collaborating with NBA YoungBoy on a track where he insulted Von's sister and mocked his death. He rapped, "My favorite op's dead. Sister talks too much. No, I don't like her." Lil Timmy rolled her brother up, got stepped on in some Nike kicks. Adding fuel to the fire, Quando Rondo praised Lil Tim in interviews. One way or another, his attitude in household and in the community seems to be causing anxiety. Calling him a brother who saved his life during the altercation with Von. Rondo went on to say he would do the same for Lil Tim, solidifying their bond. He frequently referred to Lil Tim as his twin on social media and celebrated his loyalty. Recently, Quando Rondo took another jab at Lil Durk with the release of his track Could Have Been Me in August 2024. In the song he rapped, "Your homie got shot 5 times on a video." The lyrics were seen as a direct shot at the OTF camp, intensifying the ongoing feud. Meanwhile, OTF was strategizing and mourning King Von's loss. Fans initiated a Slide for Von campaign, pressuring Lil Durk to avenge his friend. At first, Durk dismissed the movement, stating that fans were merely trying to drag him into trouble. In an interview with DJ Academics, Durk admitted that the Slide for Von comments had once deeply affected him, but claimed he had since blanked out on them.
Quando's a little boy.
Well, I mean, that's his
I
artist.
used to have him like this.
What do you mean, Quando?
Saying 63rd.
Following Lil Durk's arrest, fans revisited a 2023 interview and began piecing together clues, theorizing that Durk's dismissive attitude toward the Slide for Von movement was because he had already taken action. Some speculated that Durk had orchestrated or directly handled the situation involving Von's killer. Although Quando Rondo survived the 2022 shooting, prosecutors now allege that Lil Durk ordered the attack, which ultimately claimed the life of Rondo's cousin, Lil Durk. This brings us back to Lil Durk's interview with DJ Academics, which has resurfaced in light of these developments. Fans now believe Durk may have inadvertently implicated himself long before his arrest. Comments online suggested he was telling on himself with statements that seemed to hint at retribution for Von. One user wrote, "He was telling on himself every time he opened his mouth for some reason. I don't see them no more." Another added, "This is one of those situations where you need to read between the lines. Given the context of this video, it sounds like he's implying that he did slide for Von after that dude's cousin got killed." While some fans saw Durk's actions as loyalty, others criticized him for jeopardizing his success for street credibility. One comment read, "This dude had it all but decided to mess it all up for some street credit. So naive." Others expressed respect for his loyalty, with one user saying, "I respect Durk for riding for his NAA and being loyal to the end. That's some real standing tall for what he believes in." Despite the mixed reactions, Durk's arrest shocked many, especially since the rapper had recently distanced himself from gang affiliations and embraced his Islamic faith. Just 2 months prior to his arrest, Durk openly shared his spiritual transformation, presenting himself as a changed man. He posted, "Don't label me as anything outside of a man, a father, and a 100% Muslim." Through his Instagram story, he elaborated, "I don't gangbang, I'm a Muslim." Basically, what I was saying in my post, in so many words, is you can't do both. I'm the one who says it, so if you follow me as a brother, a friend, or an icon, follow me to my new chapter of life. He further clarified, when I make music or rap, it's about what I've seen and been through, not telling you to go do it. Huge difference. The music won't change, but my life goals will truly. Durk's rebranding didn't go unnoticed. His community efforts, particularly through his NGO, Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, gained recognition for supporting young scholars in Broadview and Bellwood, Chicago. As a gesture of appreciation, the community awarded him the key to the city. However, this recognition was short-lived. A week later, Broadview's mayor, Katrina Thompson, revoked the honor and cut ties with Durk, citing the moral and ethical expectations of the community. In her statement, she said, while the American justice system grants everyone the presumption of innocence until proven guilty in a court of law, the court of public opinion in Broadview holds even higher moral and ethical standards of behavior. If found guilty, losing the partnership with Broadview may be the least of Lil Durk's worries. Denied bond on December 12th, the rapper now faces the possibility of life in prison on federal charges. While his fans continue to debate whether his actions were justified loyalty or a reckless mistake, Durk's future hangs in the balance. For more updates on this story and similar content, stay tuned and click the cards appearing on your screen.